Okay, so we are officially live. I've got my chat up so I can see what everybody says. And you should pop up in the screen as well. So I'm just going to wait for some people to join me here, and then we will get this started. I'm wanting to talk a lot about the new season coming up and maybe go out and do some attacks and see what we can chit-chat about today. So we've got 2 watching. So yeah, today I've got my coffee. Good morning, David. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Michael Ford, I should say. I am super excited to be talking about the new season. I don't know if anybody else is excited about it. I know there's some changes that I'm a little excited about, some that I'm very excited about, and some that I'm a little leery about. I don't know if you guys can hear me pretty well, or hopefully everything's not glitching too bad. Oh, good morning, King Queen. How are you today? All right, we got 5 in here, so I'll go ahead and get this started. Good morning. All right, so here's the thing. Springblossom is beginning today. I am very excited about Springblossom, but there are some things that doesn't excite me, but I think that it's definitely a start, a step in the right direction, so I'm pretty excited about it. Yes, ready for the new season, and definitely the breeding event, I agree. Now, we went over a lot of these things in my video yesterday, but I really wanted to talk about this on a personal level with everybody and tell you what I think about the new season coming in. Good morning, Twisted Wolf. And good morning, Robin. Yes, you finally caught me. You've been trying for like a year, right? Well, this is a morning live, so that's probably why. This will be a new series, by the way. Dragon Roasted. I figured this would be a great time to have a morning think up and chit chat about war dragons, the things that we want to roast about it while we have our roasted coffee beans. Well, good afternoon. Shoppy. I like that name. That's cute. All right, so one of the things that has me a little leery about this season is the fact that we're getting the rider shards in the rider area. Now, they don't talk about, except for in that chart that I shared, you're going to get like 10,000 total. And I'm really worried about players that don't have Atlas utilizing those prior to getting Atlas if they decide to go. Hello, Godspeed. But, oh yeah, good afternoon from Holland. I just realized what you said. Afternoon. But, I don't know. That has me a little worried because that's a lot of points that they're going to be missing out on. And, they could end up with a bunch of commons. But it will help out those of us in Atlas. So, I mean, that's, I don't know, that's a double one. Now, the keys thing is something that's similar to what I mentioned we needed to do, where we could actually choose our dragon, our mythic dragon, like maybe get just the evolution stones, and then at the end we could choose which mythic. So, I don't know if it has anything spun off of that or what it is, but this to me is the most exciting aspect of this season. Now, I did go over, I have to go back and get it. I gathered up the old pricing off a screenshot. Now, the old Mythic Warrior was 25.5 thousand sigils, and then the 2 legendaries were 31,000. So, last season, it would have costed us, let's see, 87.5 thousand sigils. And this season, it's going to cost us 90,000 sigils, but you're getting 4 branches for that much. So for 3,000 more sigils, around 4,000 more sigils, whatever, we're going to actually, no, I guess it would be 2,500, right? Let's see, 60, 70, 80, yeah, okay. So for a good chunk more, you're getting a whole extra branch, which I think is pretty cool. But the thing is, the egg token boost will not be considered one of those. It's not considered a legendary branch. So when you do go choose those to, decide what you're going to get for your keys, please know that that particular branch is not going to do it. Now, there is a new branch coming, which I'm going to go over in my next Talk Dragon Tuesday, and we'll talk about that a little bit more then. And then I'm excited about the buff, guys. Like, that is so exciting to me to think that you're going to be able to get your dragon buffed where you're going to be able to get that extra XP, and then of course subtract the amount of healing time there is. They did this at the end of one event. I don't remember which one it was, or one season I should say. I'm thinking it was back in maybe fall or summer, and that was an amazing buff to have. And I wish they had done it the whole season. And look, they brought it. Now, as for the mythic, it says 0 sigils, but I think this means, you know, just your evolution stones and your runes. There shouldn't be any prizes there, but pretty cool. All right, so what do you guys think of the sigils? I think they're super cute, but let's see, what else did I want to go over? Oh yeah, I want to talk about the dragons. All right, so hello, honey. How are you? You're supposed to be working. All right, so I want to talk about the dragons. Kaiju being the first one I want to talk about. And we're not going to do what we did in yesterday's video where we just go through each and every one of the, you know, spells and just read it out to you. I'm actually going to tell you what I think of each dragon and whether they're worth it to me or not. Now, with this dragon being a sorcerer, you would think there's a popping noise. Really? Hold on. Let me know if that's better. I don't know if it will be or not. So yeah, let me know if that cleared it out, pulling the mic away, or what. I don't know. Sometimes it's the system I use, and I have to pay for the system, so. Okay. Alright, so, Kaiji. Now, Kaiji, you know I'm a huge fan of sorcerers, but this one really disappoints me. You know, to me, the Undertow and the Summon Water Spirit are like having a quester and not having a quester at the same time, because a quester has that little spirit guardian in the front that gives you both of what these abilities give. So for example, the Undertow gives the increased damage and the increased rage regeneration, and then the Summon Warrior does its thing. But the thing is, the Summon Warrior is a red spell and it doesn't last very long. It's not as good. I don't know if they did yet or not. I didn't read anything about them increasing the sigil amounts, so I'm not for sure. I really don't know. So with that being said, guys, I feel like these two spells are a disadvantage because it's taking one spell that most legendary sorcerers would have, or some, I should say, would have, and making them into two, but not as powerful. So for me, Kaiji is not worth anything. Plus, the Arcane Aegis, I hate this spell personally. It never works out for me. Now this is a pretty good one, the Breath of the Drowned, where it, you know, increases your damage and freezes the building. But it's like the only one. They really should, I agree. So to me, Kaiji is probably the least attractive dragon to me so far this season. I do not plan on going for him at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and go on to the next one, which is, oh, let's go over. Haku, I think is how they pronounced it. Hello. Emerald, Emelin, I cannot pronounce your name. We'll just call you Rose80. Good morning. Alright, Haku is, to me, a dragon worth going for, not because he's a great dragon. I think he'll be beastly, just like most of their dragons, but I think the 50% off alone. Hey Steve, how are you this morning? I think he's going to be a great dragon in the sense that he's 50% off in total. So, I mean, to me, what you get along the way in the branching, go over here. Oh, I don't have it right here. It's on up. What you get on the branching is fantastic with these dragons. And he does have a decent spell set that's going to make him pretty strong. But for me, this is just a warrior dragon I can put on my perch, personally. I'm not a big, I don't know, big warrior fan. They put me to sleep. Yeah, he does have a beautiful look. He makes me think of like, oh, what are those called? A gargoyle up on top of a temple. Like, he's just so pretty. Hi, Ravi. I think I said that right. So, to me, I will be going for him first, 50% off the first 2 weeks. Totally worth getting as far as you can, especially if you plan on going for a mythic. It's going to give you the cheapest version for that first key that you might need. So if you're going for a mythic, I know that the egg branch seems like something you should go for, but realistically, you should go for this the best you can, 50% off. Yes, the entire dragon is 50% off on this one. So that's the first and the second page. So that's why I say go for Haku. Yeah, the golden dragons. Now, Ronin. I am not a big hunter person because I suck at flying. I tend to just fly in behind others and do my thing. Good morning, Thanos. But Ronin is a great hunter for anybody that loves their hunters for sure. If you're wanting to go for any mythic and you love hunters, I'm sure my husband will go for Ronin, for example. First of all, he loves swords, so yeah. Yes, 50% will only be for 2 weeks. Yes, exactly. And that's on, of course, Haku. So, I mean, Haku, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this dragon, yeah, for 2 weeks only, the first 2 weeks, and it'll be for the first and second page. But back to Ronin. Ronin, I think, is a very pretty dragon, and I think his spell set is pretty fantastic. I would have preferred to see them put something besides Entrap, like Lockdown, but white, being that he is a mythic, because sometimes that Entrap isn't very useful. Sometimes it glitches and it doesn't quite trap things the way it should. Hey, Psycho, how are you? So, I don't know. I think Ronin is going to be a great dragon, but I think that they could have done a little bit different stuff for him for me to have wanted a hunter. I'm not a huge fan of hunters, as many of you already know. But this first spell set he has is amazing. I think that is so cool that it has the 3 pieces to it, the slice, the thrust, and the execute. Now, I'm not for sure how this is going to utilize. My guess is you're going to click it, use your slice, then you'll click it again, use your thrust, and then click it once more, use the execute, and go from there. So I think, I know, right? I said Raymond. My gosh. Anyways, so I'm too bad I didn't call it ramen noodles or something. But anyways, I think that this is going to be a great asset to play with and learn. Unfortunately, I will not be going for Ronin. So, I don't know. And only because I think it's going to be a complicated dragon. Between the adaptive immunity that you can cycle through, and then the way of the blade that you have to cycle through, and then the entrap, which, again, like I said, could glitch out here and there. I just don't find it very appeasing to myself. Now, as for the fighting spirit, I think that's a pretty cool one. But when you put all the others into account, I'm not a huge fan of Ronin. So, let's talk about the dragon I'm going for. Zenko. This is my gold dragon for this season. And if I get it, guys, I will have my very first mythic. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the greatest part about Zenko is the fact that it is a wind sorcerer. And I don't know, for me, the wind sorcerer is... I'm sorry, yeah, about the cycling. I threw all these in here just to have here to chit-chat about. Try not to go too quickly through them, but not all of them are really relative. Anyways, Zenko is the wind sorcerer mythic. And the reason I'm really excited about this dragon is Equester is officially at Obsidian. And I have an awesome writer set up on her. And now she's going to be retiring. And I'm so sad about that, guys. I'm so, so sad. So I'm super excited to finally be able to put, together a dragon that I can put that writer on. And for me, it's going to be Zenko. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about that. Did you see the question about the quest, about chest achievement for the week? Can you find a tier breakdown including drops? I think the only person that you could find a breakdown on something like that through, I didn't see your question yet because I haven't looked, would be Mashang. He does a lot of stuff like that. I'm not for sure where you could find that info on, and I haven't seen anything, no. Oh, he was. I'm silly. Yeah, he does. He has so many spells. So anyways, Zenko. Zenko is, like I said, I don't know. This is the first time I've seen a sorcerer and I think of something masculine. He's just so cute. Then again, I also think a little bit of Dora the Explorer. Like, swipe or no swiping. Alright, so Foxfire Bolt is his first one, and then he had the Kitsune Mischief, the Trickster Toolkit, and the Elemental Resist. To me, this dragon is going to be awesome. And another reason that I like this dragon, just to bring this up, is the Trickster Toolkit. One of the things that I liked about Equester, I can't even think the name of it, but that spell that gives you another spell from her thing, I love that about that dragon. So I think that's going to be one thing that brings me into this dragon, which is, like I said, the mythic of this season that I plan on going for. So the Foxfire Bolt deals 1,500 of the dragon's attack power as damage to the large tower and restores 10% of the dragon's modified HP on cast. Now, guys, that's pretty awesome. It does suck that it is got a 4-second cooldown, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think you're going to be able to utilize it, get around a turn, and it'll be ready to go again. Steve, you're hilarious. Alright, so Kitsune Mischief. The dragon cloaks briefly. While cloaked, the dragon flies at 25% of the normal speed. Now, everybody knows when you can use a cloak to slow down, that's great. So, already here, you've got the Kitsune Mischief that gives you that ability, which is a blue spell. So, you've got to get rid of that blue mage tower. So, if we go back to the Foxfire Bolt, this is going to give you the ability to focus in on that blue mage tower, which is going to take away the blue mage tower so you can utilize this one. But at the same time, with the Trickster Toolkit, you are going to get a magic barrier, which is a white spell. So use this. Oh, where did it go? Oh, hold on. Don't know how that happened. Anyways, back to this. Use this Foxfire Bolt, take out a blue mage tower, and then you're going to get that, what did I call it? Oh my gosh, guys, I forget the name of it. The magic barrier, which is going to prevent that stuff from coming in on you, the shots or whatever. And then you're going to be able to come back to the Kitsune Mischief. So if there's any red spells, red mage towers to try to drain from you, it's going to allow you to work those together. And I think that's a pretty cool element about this dragon. Last but not least, it comes with the Elemental Resist. I like Elemental Resist, even though it's only a 50% reduction. Sometimes when you go in with a dragon that has, let's say, Flak Resist, a Dark Flak Resist, the problem with that is a lot of people have more than just one flak on their base. That can be a problem. So just to be able to, have a reduction, especially on a sorcerer, by 50% is going to be a big help. Not to mention I don't have to, do things with, like switching it out when it comes to the adaptive style. Steve Jackman says, Winterjol was the worst season ever. I think winter this year has been the worst ever in general. I don't think it was Winterjol season necessarily, although it didn't have me excited. I was excited because it was supposed to be that, Viking feeling, but it didn't give me what I wanted when it came to the dragons. But winter was a crappy season this year for many, many people, and I'm just glad to get out of it. I'm ready for the snow to thaw. We still have like a foot of snow on our yard. I'm just like, let it go. I want it to go. But winter hasn't left our house yet, unfortunately. And then on top of all those spells that we just went over that you can really utilize to your advantage, it also has, of course, the Rune of Trickery, which is going to increase your Foxfire Bolt healing. So we're going to scroll back to the Bolt healing. Now right here it says that it's going to increase it. Now I don't think that means time, because it didn't give me any type. There's no time on it. It's a one single cast. So if you'd imagine, if it's already at 15,000, right? Yep. No, 1,500%. Then what will it be at the end? They didn't give us those details, unfortunately. It is. Oh my gosh, I need to get a different headset. Hold on. I will be right back, guys. Let's see if I can pause this. Or I'll restart this in a moment. I'm gonna get my other headset.